So you want a Maglev cube, but you're not sure which one to get. The GAN Maglev 12 or the Weilong WR Maglev. In this video, I'll be showing you the differences between the Moyu cube and the GAN cube, and I'll be able to help you decide which cube to get. So let's go ahead and open up the GAN Maglev 12 and see what's inside. Beautiful. And now let's open up the Moyu cube. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna set this down right here, and then let's pull out this beautiful GAN cube and see what's inside. Of course, you have the random cards that come with it, and then the cool one that you can put in your wallet is still in there. And we got this GAN. Comes in a cool box. Let's open this up. Love that. GAN always does such a good job with their boxes. I love it. It's so fun. Okay. We have the GAN Maglev 12 right here, and we have it more in a glossy texture, which I'm not a fan of, but I didn't really have a choice. And then we have the toolboxes right here. So I'm going to put the GAN one right there and just leave it there. Now let's get out the Moyu cube. Where's the... Oh, this again. I've always had a hard time with Moyu's packaging. I always put their toolboxes stuff in such a difficult way to get out. There we go. I'm going to move this box out of the way. Okay. So we have Moyu's tools right here. We're just going to set that down right there. Now let's open up this Moyu cube. I'm not personally a fan of the case that the Moyu cubes come in, but that's completely fine. Let's open it up, take a look, because like I'm going to use this Lego looking thing anyways. Now I have this in, I'm not sure what texture that is, but I like it. It's a lot more grippy than the glossy. Feels like it just slides out of my hand, and I have sweaty hands. So I don't know. This texture kind of ended up working out better for me on most cubes than this texture. Alright, so the difference between the magnets in these two cubes, they're pretty interesting actually. So GAN put in a feature where if you slightly misturn the cube, it'll realign itself because of the magnets. You have magnets in the pieces right here, as you can see. You also have adjustable magnets right in here. And then you have corner to core magnets in this, and they're actually super strong, and I will show you those right now. So if you will look inside of the core, you can see there is a magnet right there. And then if we look at the corner piece, there is also a magnet that goes super close to it and almost touches it, but rubs just next to it. And this makes for that insane turning feature and insane turning feel where it feels like it's levitating in your hands. The GAN pieces, before I put it back together, they look like this. They have the classic GAN honeycomb type look, and then here it's a lines, which I think is actually wicked. Come on, focus on this. There we go. Look at that. And then the corners, as you can see, there's the magnet, and then the classic honeycomb thing from GAN. Gotta put that back together. That's better. Now the Moyu cube, it does not have this realigning feature, but it still turns extremely fast and has this floating feeling when you turn it, like it has nothing to rub against. And that's kind of what the Maglev feature is going for. And I feel like more cubes are going to start turning into this Maglev type feel, just more advanced as time goes on. I will show you the inside, the core, and the pieces right now. If we look inside, you can see that it does not have corner-to-core magnets like the GAN cube does. But that doesn't mean they're any less strong. If you take a look at the corner pieces and the edge pieces, the corner pieces magnets are obviously inside of there. And the edge pieces, they have magnets right here that you can adjust, and they are extremely strong to the point where it gives it this floaty feel and super strong magnet feel. It's very different from the Maglev 12 in that way because it gets less lockups because of this, but it's still just as fast as the Maglev 12, if not faster. And before I reassemble the cube, I want to take a look at the pieces. So if you take a look, this is what the Moyu cube's edge piece looks like, which is a really cool design. And then on the corner, it looks like this. So I was playing around and trying to get the piece in, and I actually learned it has this super cool feature where the piece can actually shrink. I'm not sure what this does, but I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more. Okay, so I didn't actually figure out what that does, but I still think it's a really, really cool feature. If anybody knows what that does, feel free to let me know in the comments. The differences between the turning with the GAN, it feels super, super crunchy. And depending on how you have it set up, whether it's super light or super tight, then it could feel completely different, but is always going to be that crunchy feel when you turn it. And it's still extremely, extremely smooth, but it has a crunchy sound, and it sounds really nice when turning fast. Now with the Moyu, it has more of a sandy type feel, a sandy, smooth feel, and it's next level fast, of course, no surprise about that. And it's just, it feels really nice when turning fast because it doesn't have any like distractions. Like I find when I turn crunchy cubes, I feel like they're not as smooth as sandy cubes or just straight up quiet cubes. And I feel like the sound is distracting me and it kind of makes me mess up a little bit in my solves. But on the sandy cubes, they're more quiet. And I notice the feel and the sound feel the same. Note that a good way to tell and really get familiar with the cube is putting on headphones, blasting music, and doing a few solos because your brain ignores the sound and just goes straight for the feel of the cube. And that's a really good way to get to know a cube's turning style or speed or just feel in general and how to control it. Now I want to talk about the corner cutting. On GAN, the corner cutting, it's all right. Like you don't get the choice to corner cut too often. So if you do, it's not great. This is probably the worst corner cutting GAN cube I have ever used. Take that nicely though, because it is still unbelievable. And the amount of times that you'll need to corner cut on this is very, very low compared to most cubes. Like the GAN 356X, it doesn't have that feature, but you can corner cut from pretty much the center. And it is insane. The corner cutting on this cube is very good when set up correct. On this cube, it's super hard to get the tensioning correct for corner cutting, but it's not as good as other GAN cubes. One thing I noticed is when corner cutting, it's always on the follow through where I get lockups. So I feel like it locks up a little bit more than most cubes. It is a Maglev cube. It is new in the making. So, of course, it's going to get a lot more lockups than most fully developed cube models. But I feel like the turning really makes up for the lack of corner cutting. On the Moyu, it does not have the same issue. It can corner cut from all the way back here. The corner cutting is amazing on this cube. The turning, it feels really, really nice because it has that Maglev feel, along with insane corner cutting from the cube. So it makes for a really, really nice Maglev cube. I know I keep doing T-perms, give me a break. And overall, corner cutting on this cube beats the GAN cube by a long shot. Here is the first thing I noticed with the turning between the Moyu and the GAN. First thing I noticed was the middle moves. The middle moves on the Maglev 12 from GAN are a lot more rough and a lot harder to do than on the Moyu cube. And you can hear the difference too. The Moyu cubes are super, super smooth in the middle turns. Not rough at all. And they feel super nice compared to the GAN. Now it's time to get into the customability between the My thing fell over. The customability between the Maglev 12 from GAN and the Moyu. In case you hadn't noticed, those are the two cubes we're talking about. It's only in the title and everything. Get out of here. So, it comes in a little box, and then it comes in a little AirPods case, which is kind of cool. Look at this. It has the GAN logo on it. Look. I'm going to take that off. And here are the pieces inside. These are different magnets that you can actually put inside of the corner if you want a different feel. Inside of the corner for a different feel. I haven't played around with these ever, actually, because I don't feel like it would make too big of a difference. But I might have to try it out sometime. It's pretty cool that they put that. You can change out the magnets in that. That's sick. And then adjustability. Here we have this cool tool, and the way it works is that this is for adjusting the outer sides, and then this is for adjusting the insides. You have those little numbers, and that's the tightness of it, I think. And then you have the outsides right down there. Right there. And you can, the lowest is the lightest setting, and then the uppest is the tightest setting. And it's super easy. You just put it in here and you go a couple clicks. And then up here, you use this thing. This makes sure it doesn't pop out, you know, if it's up and down like this, or side to side, however way you're holding it. But you can see there's little gaps right there. And if it is facing those gaps, you can take the pieces out. If not, then it's going to stay like that. And then you can adjust it like that with those pieces. Those pieces are the strengths. 1 is the lightest. And of course, 6, I think, is the last one, is the tightest. So I'm going to go ahead and find my cap. There it is. Lost it. I'm going to put it on green this time. We're going to change it up a little bit. Come on. There we go. Which is pretty sick. So I'm going to put this stuff away, and I'm going to show you the Moyu customability. Okay, so Moyu customability. I actually really like the way... Oh, my piece just fell onto the floor. That thing went flying. Okay. That thing went flying. I got it. Anyways, the way this works is you have your tension right here with the screw. It's just how close the magnets are together or how far they are. And then you have this, which is the tightness of it. So if you want it super slow or super fast, this is what you're going to play with. Okay. So I have mine 2 clicks down from the loosest setting because I've found I've had the most control with it like this, and I haven't sacrificed my middle moves. Now I would like to show you the Moyu, come on, tools. Got it. Did something just go flying? Nah, I'm seeing these. Okay, let's pull this out. Wow, that came with a lot of stuff. All right, so obviously we got instructions and this tutorial on how to solve a cube. We don't need that. Get out of frame. Yeah, you already know how to do this. Put that away. Now, the Moyu makes a lot more sense to me because you have the classic screw, and you also have this cool little tool inside of this little bag that will make it tighter or looser. And I'll show you how this works right now. So if you want it to get looser and faster, what you're going to do is you're going to line this up and then turn it to the left a few clicks. That's pretty cool. I really like this feature. It makes a lot more sense. And then if you just want to mess with the magnets, how far or close they are, you can use this little tool and just use a screwdriver. If you look at it, they're pretty strong. That's pretty sick. Now you might be wondering what the price difference between these cubes are. On thecubicle.com, this is $71.99. And also on thecubicle.com, this comes in at $29.99. The price may change depending on new cubes coming out, so you could expect either this price to go down or up, down or up. It depends on the new cubes coming out and what's going on with everything else. You know how it is. But I've bought from this shop before. It is completely safe. It's amazing. And if you are looking to get into speed cubing and you want a cheaper cube, go for the Weilong WR Maglev. And if you're just a GAN fanboy like I am, go for the GAN 12 Maglev. But also try to save up for this cube too, because it's a completely different experience. And both cubes are amazing. I would recommend both of them depending on what level you're at or what your budget is. But at the end of the day, buy from thecubicle.com. That shop is amazing. Their prices beat every other shop, and their quality is just unreal compared to others. So if you're looking for a cool shop, check that out. I'm not sponsored. Don't worry. It's just me saying it personally, because their stuff is amazing, and I've had a great experience with customer service and everything else that they have to offer. And I'm guessing the final question you might have is, what would I recommend? What do I prefer? So I've been maining this cube for a little bit now, but I got this cube the other day in the mail and I'm actually loving it. I may try and switch over to using this one a little bit more just because the corner cutting is a little bit more forgiving and the customability, I can understand it a lot easier than I understood the tensioning on this one. The magnets on this one make more sense than on this cube, but that's completely fine and I will be able to learn this one. So I'm going to give it a few months, try this cube out, and then, I don't know, ultimately decide. Because if I can turn it my fastest on this cube comfortably, then it's great. I'll probably end up switching to this one and maining this cube. But for now, I can always turn it my fastest on this cube comfortably without messing up too horribly. But on this cube, it's a little fast. It's completely different turning, so I still have to get used to that. If you're around $20 budget, try to save up that extra $10 to $15 just in case of shipping for this cube. If you're just looking for a super nice GAN cube and it has to be GAN specific, go for this one. Hope you enjoyed this video. This was the difference between the Weilong WR Maglev and the GAN 12 Maglev. Both amazing cubes, and I recommend both of them. But if you can only pick one and your budget is low, I recommend going for the Weilong WR Maglev. And don't forget, buy from thecubicle.com. This shop is amazing. Customer service is great. And everything else about it, quality is amazing. Hold on, let me fit this logo before I end the video, just for you guys. There you go. Thanks for watching. This is I, Nate Joe, signing out.